From the moment you were born, God instilled within you a divine potential, a blueprint that no one else can fulfill but you. You were created to soar at heights that others cannot reach. The eagle is not built to walk. The eagle is not built to swim in flocks. The eagle is designed to fly alone, to rise above storms, to conquer the skies with its own wings. You were born to be independent, not in isolation, but in the strength of God's purpose. Society will try to keep you in the nest, in the comfort of mediocrity, in the safety of the crowd. But the truth is, greatness never comes to those who wait in the shadows of others. Your calling demands courage, your destiny demands faith, and your life demands a mentality that refuses to settle for ordinary. The eagle teaches us a fundamental principle. To fly alone does not mean to live without support. It means to trust the gift that God has placed in you. When storms rise, the eagle does not panic or cling to the safety of other birds. It stretches its wings, it ascends above the turbulence, it faces the wind with determination and grace. Likewise, your journey in life will have challenges, storms that seem unbearable, moments when the world tells you to give up or follow the crowd. But the eagle mentality refuses to bow to fear or pressure. It knows that the higher it flies, the stronger it becomes, the sharper its vision, and the closer it gets to fulfilling the purpose for which it was created. You must understand that not everyone around you is designed to rise to the same heights as you. Some are meant to stay grounded, and that is their calling. Others are meant to soar, but they may lack the courage to break free from limitations. The moment you recognize your destiny, you will see that flying alone is not a curse, it is a calling. It is the divine path for those who are meant to lead, to inspire, and to set an example for generations. No one can live your life for you. No one can carry your dreams. And no one can fulfill the unique purpose God placed in your heart. To fly alone, you must embrace self-discipline. The eagle hunts alone, it trains alone, it sharpens its vision alone. Greatness is never accidental. It is a product of preparation, sacrifice, and commitment. You must be willing to spend time alone, to cultivate your gifts, to refine your mind and your spirit. Do not fear solitude, for it is in solitude that God speaks most clearly, that your vision becomes clear and your confidence becomes unshakable. Those who fear being alone will never understand the power of independence. Those who cling to the crowd will never discover the strength of their own wings. The eagle does not compete with other birds, it competes with itself. It is not concerned about who is flying higher, who is faster, or who is stronger. Its focus is on its own growth, its own altitude, its own destiny. The same is true for your life. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop measuring your success by someone else's standards. Your journey is unique, your calling is specific, and your purpose is personal. The eagle mentality is not about arrogance. It is about clarity of purpose. It is about understanding that God has placed a mission in your heart that cannot be delegated, that cannot be outsourced, and that cannot be replicated. Flying alone requires courage to leave the comfort of the nest. The nest is safe, the nest is familiar, and the nest is tempting. But no eagle was ever born to stay in the nest. You were born to rise, to take risks, to face uncertainty, and to trust that God's hand will guide you through every storm. The higher you ascend, the more dangerous the winds become, but the more magnificent your view of life. You must be willing to break free from fear, to embrace risk, and to trust in your God-given abilities. Remember, the eagle is strongest when it faces the storm head-on. It does not escape. It rises above. Your vision must be sharpened. The eagle sees what others cannot see. It spots opportunities from miles away. It perceives danger before it strikes. Likewise, you must cultivate a clear spiritual and mental vision. Learn to see beyond your immediate circumstances. Develop insight, wisdom, and discernment. Do not allow distractions, mediocrity, or the opinions of others to cloud your judgment. Your ability to see the bigger picture will determine how high you soar. Patience is another trait of the eagle mentality. The eagle does not rush. It waits for the perfect moment to strike, the perfect moment to take flight, the perfect moment to fulfill its purpose. Impatience leads to failure. Impulsive decisions, chasing the wrong opportunities, or following the crowd will only keep you grounded. Learn the art of timing. Trust God's timing for your life. The eagle's patience ensures precision, success, and sustainability. So too must your patience shape your destiny. The eagle mentality also embraces renewal. When an eagle grows old, it must undergo a painful process of renewal. It plucks out its old feathers, sharpens its beak, strengthens its claws, and emerges stronger than before. Likewise, you must be willing to shed old habits, toxic relationships, limiting beliefs, and anything that hinders your growth. Renewal requires sacrifice and courage, but it is essential for those who are called to soar. Do not fear change. Do not resist transformation, because it is through renewal that your strength is amplified, your focus is restored, and your life reaches new heights. Flying alone does not mean rejecting help or guidance. The eagle is not foolish. It observes, it learns, it listens. It knows when to seek higher ground, when to adjust its flight, and when to rest. Likewise, you must cultivate wisdom, seek counsel from godly sources, and learn from experiences. But ultimately, the flight is yours. The responsibility, the decision, and the execution rest on your shoulders. You are accountable for your vision, your destiny, and your legacy. Understand the power of elevation. The higher the eagle flies, the cooler the air, the more abundant the food, the clearer the perspective. Likewise, your spiritual, mental, and personal elevation will allow you to see opportunities others miss, to access blessings others cannot reach, and to experience growth that is reserved for the determined. Do not settle for mediocrity, do not linger at lower altitudes, and do not fear the height of your calling. You were created for altitude. You were born to rise. The eagle mentality also demands resilience. Storms will come. Adversity will test your wings. But the eagle does not allow the storm to ground it. It uses the storm to rise. It harnesses the wind to propel itself higher, and it emerges victorious. Life's challenges are not punishments. They are opportunities to strengthen your wings. Every obstacle is a lesson in perseverance. Every setback is a chance to gain momentum, and every storm is a platform for growth. Those who develop resilience soar above the limitations of ordinary life. You were born to leave a legacy. The eagle's flight is not only about survival, it is about dominion, influence, and purpose. Your life is designed to impact generations, to inspire others, and to fulfill a destiny that echoes beyond your own time. Do not waste your potential in fear, doubt, or conformity. The world needs your vision, your courage, and your determination. The eagle mentality recognizes that true success is not measured by comfort, approval, or numbers, but by the fulfillment of God's purpose in your life. Remember, the nest will try to hold you back. Your comfort zone will whisper lies of safety and satisfaction. People will question your independence, criticize your choices, and doubt your vision. But the eagle ignores the noise. It focuses on the sky, it strengthens its wings, and it soars above the distractions. Likewise, you must learn to filter the noise of the world. Listen only to God, follow only His guidance, and commit fully to the flight He has called you to. The eagle mentality is a call to excellence. Flying alone requires preparation, focus, discipline, courage, and vision. It is not for the faint-hearted, the easily discouraged, or those who fear responsibility, but for those willing to embrace it. The reward is greatness, influence, and fulfillment beyond imagination. God has placed within you a unique set of gifts, talents, and purpose. To ignore them is to deny the very reason for your existence. Your wings were designed to lift you above limitations, above fear, above the opinions of others. They were designed to carry your dreams, to fulfill your purpose, and to leave a mark on the world. Do not wait for others to validate your calling. Do not rely on someone else to lead you, and do not be satisfied with the mediocrity of the masses. Fly alone if necessary, soar above the clouds, and trust that God's strength will sustain you. The eagle mentality is not only a way of life, it is a spiritual principle. God expects you to rise, to embrace independence, and to live fully in the purpose He has given you. Those who embrace this truth will experience elevation, clarity, and power beyond the imagination of those who remain grounded. To live below your potential is to ignore the divine calling within you. To soar is to honor the Creator who designed you for greatness. So, rise above fear, rise above doubt, rise above comfort. Trust the wings God has given you. Learn to fly alone, to trust alone, and to fulfill your purpose without compromise. The eagle mentality is not an option. It is a command for those called to greatness. Your life is meant to inspire, to lead, and to leave a legacy. Do not waste another day in the shadows. Stretch your wings, embrace the storm, and fly to the heights you were born to reach. The path will be challenging, the sky will be vast, the winds will be strong, but the view from above is worth every struggle. You were born to fly alone. Your destiny awaits. And nothing can stop the flight of the eagle that trusts God completely, that embraces independence fully, and that refuses to settle for anything less than the heights for which it was created. From the very beginning, God designed some of his greatest warriors, leaders, and visionaries to walk alone. Solitude is not a punishment, it is a preparation. It is the place where your gifts are sharpened, where your character is refined, and where your faith is strengthened. Many people misunderstand the purpose of being alone. They fear it, they resist it, and they see it as a sign of rejection. But the truth is, those who are called to soar above mediocrity cannot do so in the comfort of the crowd. The crowd will never take you to the heights God has prepared for you. It is only in solitude, in the quiet moments away from noise and distraction, that your mind, spirit, and vision are molded for greatness. Flying alone begins with understanding that the purpose of solitude is not loneliness. Loneliness is a feeling of emptiness, of isolation that drains the soul. Solitude, on the other hand, is a choice, a divine assignment that empowers you to discover your own strength, to hear God's voice clearly, and to prepare for the mission that no one else can fulfill for you. Many people are uncomfortable with being alone because they have never learned to be with themselves. They seek constant validation from others, approval from the crowd, and support from companions. But the eagle does not fly with the flock, it flies alone. Its power, its vision, and its authority come from the strength of its wings and the clarity of its focus. Likewise, your spiritual, mental, and personal authority is born in solitude. Solitude teaches discipline. When you are alone, there is no one to distract you from your purpose. There is no one to encourage mediocrity or to normalize complacency. In those moments, you learn to control your mind, your emotions, and your decisions. You learn to prioritize what matters, to focus on what produces fruit, and to reject what hinders growth. Discipline is the foundation of independence, and independence is the hallmark of those who rise above the crowd. The eagle does not wait for others to fly. It rises on its own strength, guided by instincts, preparation, and divine design. Your life requires the same mindset. The power of solitude also lies in vision. When you are surrounded by too many voices, too many opinions, too many distractions, your vision becomes blurred. People around you may not understand your calling. They may not see what you were created to see. They may even discourage you, consciously or unconsciously, from pursuing the heights God has designed for you. But when you spend time alone, you develop clarity. You learn to hear the whisper of God above the noise of the world. You learn to distinguish between distraction and destiny, between fear and faith, between temporary comfort and eternal purpose. Solitude sharpens your spiritual sight, and it is in those moments that God often reveals the next steps of your journey. Faith is another principle strengthened in solitude. When you are alone, you cannot rely on others to carry your burdens or to make your decisions for you. Your faith is tested, refined, and strengthened. God does not need a crowd to validate your calling. Your purpose does not depend on approval from others. It depends on obedience to Him and trust in His plan. Solitude forces you to confront your fears, doubts, and limitations. It teaches you to rely on God alone, to trust His timing, and to move forward even when the path is uncertain. The eagle does not hesitate when the wind blows against it. It rises above it. Your faith must develop in the same way. Solitude cultivates resilience. Life is filled with storms, opposition, and challenges. When you are used to relying on the crowd, setbacks can break you. But when you have learned to fly alone, adversity becomes fuel for growth. The eagle does not panic in a storm. It uses the wind to lift itself higher. Similarly, when you embrace solitude, You learn to face challenges without fear, to adapt without complaint, and to rise above circumstances without depending on the validation or support of others. Solitude strengthens your resolve and prepares you to handle the storms that accompany a life of purpose. Independence is a product of solitude. Many people mistake independence for pride or arrogance, but true independence is the ability to function, to think, and to act without being unduly influenced by others. It is the strength to pursue your calling without needing constant approval. The eagle's independence allows it to soar without distraction, to hunt without guidance, and to dominate the skies in its own right. You too must cultivate this independence. Your vision, your decisions, and your legacy depend on your ability to rise above the crowd and trust in the gifts God has given you. The authority of the eagle is also a lesson in solitude. Authority is not given through popularity or association. It is earned through preparation, excellence, and spiritual alignment. The eagle commands respect not because it follows the flock, but because it fulfills its purpose with precision and strength. Similarly, your authority in life is developed in moments of solitude. The time you spend alone, honing your gifts, cultivating wisdom, and seeking God's guidance establishes the foundation of your influence. People will respect you not because of who you know, but because of who you have become in preparation for your divine assignment. Solitude is a training ground for visionaries. Those who achieve greatness are not shaped by crowds. They are shaped by discipline, focus, and divine insight. The eagle does not follow the patterns of ordinary birds. It charts its own path. It studies the winds, observes the terrain, and strikes at the perfect moment. Likewise, your time alone allows you to develop strategy, insight, and precision. You learn when to act, when to wait, and when to trust God's guidance. Without solitude, vision becomes clouded, decisions become reactive, and opportunities are missed. Solitude equips you with the clarity needed to dominate your destiny. Reflection is another gift of solitude. In the busyness of life, it is easy to move from one task to another without pausing to evaluate your purpose, your growth, and your alignment with God's plan. Solitude gives you the space to reflect, to meditate, and to adjust. It allows you to confront your mistakes, celebrate your progress, and align your actions with your calling. The eagle spends hours soaring above the earth, observing its surroundings, planning its next move. Your spiritual and personal reflection is equally important. It allows you to refine your strategy, strengthen your faith, and ensure that every step you take is purposeful. Creativity and innovation are born in solitude. When the mind is free from constant input, it begins to generate ideas, solutions, and strategies that would never emerge in the noise of the crowd. The eagle's hunting strategies, its flight patterns, and its survival instincts are all honed through solitary practice and observation. Likewise, your ability to innovate, to think beyond the ordinary, and to create solutions that change lives depends on the time you spend alone. Solitude stimulates your mind, sharpens your instincts, and expands your capacity for excellence. Solitude also develops emotional strength. When you are alone, you cannot rely on others to soothe your fears, validate your worth, or manage your emotions. You are forced to confront yourself honestly, to develop inner peace, and to cultivate emotional maturity. The eagle does not panic in the face of danger. It reacts with precision and control. Your emotional resilience grows in the same way. By spending time in solitude, you learn to manage your feelings, respond with wisdom, and maintain composure in all circumstances. Purpose is clarified in solitude. The noise of the world, the opinions of others, and the pressures of society can obscure your calling. When you spend time alone, you begin to hear the quiet voice of God, the whisper of destiny, and the clarity of your mission. Solitude strips away distraction, fear, and compromise. It allows you to focus entirely on fulfilling the purpose for which you were created. The eagle's flight is purposeful. It does not wander aimlessly. Your life must follow the same principle. Purpose-driven solitude equips you to soar with intention, direction, and divine alignment. Solitude teaches patience. The eagle waits for the perfect moment to strike, the perfect wind to lift it, and the perfect opportunity to pursue its prey. Likewise, your time alone cultivates patience, discipline, and timing. You learn to wait for God's perfect moment, to trust the process, and to understand that every delay is an opportunity for preparation. Impatience leads to mistakes, missteps, and missed opportunities. Patience, cultivated in solitude, ensures precision, success, and sustainability. Spiritual intimacy is deepened in solitude. Alone, your relationship with God becomes personal, authentic, and unshakable. You learn to pray without distraction, to seek guidance without interference, and to trust in His plan without compromise. The eagle's flight is a symbol of divine alignment. It rises by instinct and design. Your life, too, requires alignment with God's purpose. Solitude allows you to develop a spiritual intimacy that strengthens your resolve, clarifies your vision, and equips you to face every challenge with confidence. Solitude produces courage. Flying alone requires boldness, risk-taking, and a willingness to face the unknown. The eagle does not rely on the flock for protection. It faces storms, predators, and challenges with unwavering courage. Likewise, your life requires the bravery to pursue your calling without fear, to trust God's guidance without hesitation, and to rise above the expectations of others. Courage is not born in comfort. It is forged in the quiet moments when you are alone with your thoughts, your faith, and your purpose. Independence, clarity, resilience, vision, discipline, and courage. These are the hallmarks of those who embrace solitude. The eagle does not fly for approval. It flies because it was created to soar. Your life requires the same understanding. To rely on others for direction, motivation, or validation is to remain grounded. To embrace solitude is to recognize your God-given authority, to trust your wings, and to fulfill your destiny without compromise. Solitude is not permanent, it is seasonal. The eagle leaves the nest, soars alone, and returns only when the mission demands. Likewise, your periods of solitude are divine seasons designed to prepare you for leadership, influence, and legacy. Embrace these seasons fully, for they shape your character, sharpen your vision, and strengthen your faith. Do not fear being alone. Fear remaining dependent on the crowd. Fear wasting your potential in mediocrity. Fear ignoring the calling that God has placed in your heart. Your time alone is not empty. It is filled with opportunity, insight, and preparation. Every hour spent in solitude is an investment in your future, in your mission, and in your legacy. The eagle does not waste a single moment. It trains, observes, and ascends. Your life requires the same intentionality. Make every moment of solitude productive, reflective, and aligned with God's purpose. Finally, solitude teaches legacy. The eagle's flight leaves an impact on the ecosystem, influencing the balance of nature. Your life, too, is meant to leave a mark, inspire others, and establish a foundation for generations to come. Solitude equips you to understand your influence, prepare your mission, and embrace the responsibility that comes with purpose. Those who fear being alone will never experience the depth of their potential. Those who embrace solitude soar above limitations, achieve clarity, and fulfill the destiny for which they were created. The power of solitude is undeniable. It sharpens your mind, strengthens your spirit, refines your character, and aligns you with your purpose. To fly alone is not to live without support. It is to rise above dependency, distraction, and mediocrity. The eagle flies alone because it was created to soar. You too were created to soar. Embrace solitude, trust God's guidance, and use this divine season to prepare for the heights, vision, authority, and legacy that await you. Life is not designed to be easy. It was never intended for comfort, for mediocrity, or for a safe passage through existence. God created you to soar, to rise, and to dominate the heights. But to reach the heights, you must first face the storms. Storms are not punishments. They are divine instruments designed to refine you, to strengthen your wings, and to prepare you for a destiny that no one else can fulfill. The eagle does not fear the storm. It harnesses the wind. It rises above turbulence, and it uses adversity to sharpen its power. Likewise, your life demands the courage to face challenges head-on, to trust God through trials, and to rise above every circumstance that attempts to ground you. Adversity reveals the strength of your spirit. When everything seems to collapse around you, when the winds of doubt and fear howl relentlessly, the eagle does not panic. It spreads its wings, faces the storm, and ascends higher than it ever could in calm weather. Your trials are the same. They are not indicators that God has abandoned you. They are tests of faith, courage, and resilience. Many people fail because they shrink from storms. They allow fear, anxiety, and despair to dictate their flight. But those with the eagle mentality understand that storms are temporary. They are tools that sharpen the mind, strengthen the resolve, and elevate the spirit. The first step in rising above storms is understanding your purpose. Without purpose, storms will defeat you. They will batter your spirit, erode your confidence, and leave you vulnerable to despair. But when your life is anchored in divine purpose, storms become allies rather than enemies. They push you to your limits, force you to discover untapped strength, and test the depth of your faith. The eagle flies not for comfort but for destiny. It does not flee the wind, it rides it. Your trials are no different. They exist to propel you toward the fulfillment of God's plan for your life. Adversity teaches patience. Storms do not last forever, but they require endurance. The eagle does not resist the wind, it adjusts, it adapts, and it waits for the right currents to lift it higher. You must learn the art of waiting without giving up. Too many people quit because they do not understand that the storm is temporary and that victory often comes after the longest trials. Patience allows you to endure, to remain focused, and to trust that God's timing is perfect. Every setback, every obstacle, every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Storms also refine character. When you are tested, your true nature is revealed. The eagle's character is forged through adversity. It becomes bold, fearless, and resilient. Similarly, your character is honed by the storms you endure. Life will not always be fair. People will betray you. Circumstances will challenge you. But it is in these moments that your integrity, courage, and determination are revealed. Those who embrace the storm emerge stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the responsibilities of leadership and purpose. Faith is strengthened in storms. Many people rely on temporary security, on comfort, or on the presence of others to get through challenges. The eagle relies on instinct, preparation, and God's design. Your faith must be the same. Trust that the storm is under God's control. Trust that the challenges you face are shaping you for greatness. Trust that no matter how violent the wind, no matter how dark the clouds, your destiny is intact. Faith allows you to remain calm when the world is chaotic, to see opportunity when others see despair, and to rise above adversity when others are grounded. The eagle's response to storms is strategic, not reactive. It does not flail or panic. It calculates, adjusts, and moves with precision. Likewise, your response to adversity determines your altitude. Those who react impulsively are thrown off course. Those who act with wisdom, clarity, and purpose rise above the challenges that seek to destroy them. Strategy is essential in stormy seasons. Observe, adapt, and act with precision. The way you navigate storms will define the trajectory of your life. Adversity also cultivates resilience. The eagle becomes stronger with each storm it faces. Its wings are tested, its stamina is increased, and its confidence grows. Your life operates on the same principle. Each trial you overcome builds endurance. Each obstacle you conquer strengthens your spirit. Each time you refuse to be grounded by fear, you reinforce the wings that God has given you. Resilience is not learned in calm seas. It is forged in turbulence. Those who rise above storms are not those who avoid challenges, but those who embrace them, learn from them, and use them to propel themselves higher. The storms will expose your priorities. In adversity, you will see clearly what is essential and what is trivial. The eagle does not waste energy chasing distractions. It focuses on survival, elevation, and opportunity. Likewise, your challenges will reveal what truly matters: your faith, your family, your calling, and your integrity. Everything else will fall away. Pay attention to the lessons the storm teaches. Prioritize what aligns with your purpose. Let go of anything that drains your energy, clouds your vision, or hinders your ascent. Adversity sharpens your vision. The eagle flies above the clouds to see the landscape clearly. When the world seems chaotic below, it can still navigate with precision because its perspective is elevated. Your life requires the same clarity. Storms force you to see beyond immediate discomfort, beyond fear, beyond obstacles. They demand that you rise above panic and focus on the bigger picture. Perspective in adversity allows you to make decisions that others cannot see, to seize opportunities that others miss, and to maintain faith when the path seems impossible. Storms also teach humility. Even the mighty eagle must respect the wind. It must adjust, adapt, and sometimes wait for the right conditions. Similarly, you will face challenges that remind you of your dependence on God, your need for wisdom, and your limitations. Humility does not weaken you. It strengthens you. It allows you to receive guidance, learn from experience, and grow in ways arrogance and pride never could. Those who rise above storms understand that humility is not submission to failure, but alignment with divine strength. The eagle uses storms to ascend higher. The wind that threatens to ground it becomes the very force that lifts it above ordinary heights. Likewise, the adversities in your life can become your greatest advantage if you understand how to harness them. Do not fight against the trials with fear or frustration. Learn to use them to elevate your skills, strengthen your resolve, and expand your influence. Adversity is not your enemy. It is the instrument God uses to ensure that your flight is higher, stronger, and more purposeful than you ever imagined. Adversity develops leadership. The eagle leads by example, demonstrating strength, courage, and precision in the face of storms. Those who rise above challenges naturally inspire others. Your ability to navigate difficulties, maintain integrity, and pursue purpose amidst chaos positions you as a leader in your sphere. People will look to you for guidance, courage, and wisdom because they see that you have not only survived the storms, but have used them to rise. Leadership is born in adversity, and those who avoid challenges never fully understand the power of influence. Storms cultivate creativity and problem solving. The eagle adapts its flight path, adjusts its strategy, and overcomes obstacles in real time. Your trials demand the same. When you face obstacles, you are forced to innovate, to think beyond the obvious, and to discover solutions that would never have arisen in comfort. Adversity pushes your mind to operate at its highest level, teaching you to navigate complexity, manage uncertainty, and act decisively. The eagle thrives because it adapts. Your life will soar when you do the same. Persistence is reinforced in adversity. Many people quit at the first sign of difficulty. The eagle does not quit when the storm rages. It persists until it achieves its goal. Your life requires the same perseverance. The path to greatness is never smooth. Every challenge is an opportunity to prove that you are committed to your purpose. Every storm is a test of your resolve. Those who persist through adversity rise above ordinary life, dominate their sky, and fulfill their destiny with power and precision. Adversity reveals your allies and exposes false support. The eagle flies alone because it knows that dependency can be dangerous. In the storm, companions may falter and distractions may abound. Likewise, your challenges will show who is genuinely supportive, who shares your vision, and who will abandon you in times of difficulty. Solitude in adversity teaches discernment. Learn to rely on God's guidance, trust your instincts, and build alliances based on shared purpose and integrity rather than convenience or popularity. Rising above storms strengthens self-reliance. The eagle's survival depends on its skills, instincts, and resilience. Your life requires the same. While support, counsel, and community are valuable, your ultimate success depends on your ability to navigate challenges independently, make decisive choices, and trust the strength God has placed within you. Self-reliance does not mean isolation. It means empowerment. It means developing confidence in your purpose, trusting your abilities, and taking responsibility for your destiny. Adversity demands action. The eagle does not remain passive in the storm. It adjusts its wings, alters its course, and ascends with precision. Likewise, challenges in life require proactive response. Waiting for problems to pass without strategy is a recipe for stagnation. Rise, act, and confront difficulties with faith, courage, and clarity. Action in adversity is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Those who wait for perfect conditions never soar. Those who act with wisdom, focus, and determination rise above storms and claim their God-given destiny. Storms also inspire gratitude and perspective. After a storm, the eagle experiences a clearer sky, stronger wings, and a renewed environment. Similarly, overcoming trials in your life produces strength, clarity, and appreciation for God's guidance. Every challenge survived is a testament to your resilience, faith, and purpose. Adversity, when embraced, refines your character, sharpens your skills, and positions you for heights that would have been unreachable without the storm. The ultimate lesson of adversity is that your destiny is non-negotiable. The storm may roar, the winds may batter, and the world may seem against you, but nothing can prevent the eagle from fulfilling its purpose. Likewise, no obstacle, no setback, no betrayal, and no difficulty can stop the one who is aligned with God's plan. Your life is destined for greatness, influence, and impact. Storms are not signs of failure. They are instruments of preparation. They are the accelerators of your ascent, the sharpeners of your wings, and the clarifiers of your vision. And now, hear this truth. Those who refuse to face storms, who flee from adversity, who cling to comfort, will never taste the fullness of their destiny. The world will applaud the mediocre, but it is the storm-tested, the adversity-refined, the eagle-minded who dominate the sky. You were not created for mediocrity. You were not designed to settle. You were born to rise, to overcome, and to soar above the turbulence of life. The storm is not your enemy, it is your launch pad. Every trial you endure, every challenge you face, every wind that pushes against you is a divine instrument, preparing you for heights you cannot yet imagine. The eagle does not pray for calm winds, it rises in the storm. You must do the same. Face the turbulence, embrace the pressure, and use every challenge to sharpen your wings, expand your vision, and strengthen your faith. And here is the shocking truth that the world may never tell you. The higher you rise, the more violent the storms. But it is precisely in those violent storms that your true power is revealed. Ordinary birds panic. Ordinary people quit. Ordinary lives crumble. But you are not ordinary. You were born to dominate, to rise, and to leave a legacy that will be remembered for generations. Storms are the furnace that forges your greatness. Without them, you cannot achieve the altitude that God has prepared for you. So, when the winds howl, when darkness surrounds, when challenges seem impossible, remember this: the storm is your ally, the struggle is your teacher, and the trial is your pathway to greatness. Spread your wings, rise above the clouds, dominate your sky. And when others watch in disbelief, remember they cannot understand what it takes to soar alone in the fiercest storms, because they were never designed to fly at your altitude. Your destiny is higher than fear. Your calling is greater than doubt. Your wings are stronger than the fiercest storm. Rise, ascend, and soar like the eagle. For the sky is not the limit, it is your domain. And the world will never be the same after it witnesses the flight of the one who refuses to be grounded.